to welcome everyone on behalf of Sherry and myself. Many of you heard Joan at Party Palooza this year, and Sherry and I, and as I know many of you, really enjoyed what Joan's message was. And when we heard Joan specifically talk about coaching and building leaders, Sherry and I both were very excited about that. And so in the last 6 weeks, Sherry and I have been taking a coaching course with Joan and have just really gained a tremendous amount of it. And one of the things that Joan did with us as part of that, excuse me, is she coached with each of us. And when I was coaching one-on-one with Joan, she spent a lot of time talking about sponsoring with me. And when Sherry coached with Joan, they talked a lot about sponsoring. And when Sherry and I reconnected, have I lost you totally? When we reconnected, we realized that she talked to us about both very different things with sponsoring, but what we needed to hear. And we thought, we want to bring Joan's knowledge and her words to all of you. So we are thrilled that you invested in yourself to be here. And Joan, on behalf of Sherry and I and our teams, we are thrilled to have you here. So I am going to turn it over to Joan Robison.
Oh, I love that. Well, first, what I love to do is I want to see everybody smile and wave, because it's always good on a Zoom, right? Okay, those always look so good. All right, so gosh, thank you, Jen and Sherry, for having me. And I am thrilled to be here. I've been excited about this for the last couple of weeks because sponsoring is something I am so passionate about. And the reason why I'm passionate about it is because, number one, I love what I do, meaning I love the company I'm with, as you all love your company. I love the products, the physical products, but I love the opportunity that the business product offers an individual. And no matter what company you're with, you attracted for a certain reason to the products, and probably most importantly, to the person that offered you a chance to take a closer look at the business. Some of you may not have even thought that you would be getting into a business. You might have thought, well, I'd like a little discount on the products. Or some of you might have joined because you thought, gosh, if I could make 300 or 500 extra dollars, that would change the bottom line within my family, and we could do a few more things. Nowadays, you might have to make a little more, right? But I think you all know exactly what I mean. So I want to start by saying this. Sponsoring is something that you do for people, not to people. And one of my goals of tonight is to show you in a very simple way how we can ignite your passion again, and you're going to walk away with a renewed excitement for your business. I want to first off start by telling you a story about me. And in the very beginning, so back in 2001, I said yes. And I will tell you that I had a corporate job working at Nordstrom. I was an executive there, and I was used to people coming to me. So when I said yes to this direct selling deal, it was more of like, okay, I really want to be home with my son. So I'm going to give this a try and see if this might be the thing, but I really didn't want to put it out there. Has anybody ever felt that way, where you don't really want to tell the upline, like, I really want to make 6 figures, but I'm not going to tell you because I don't want to fail? Come on, I want to see the hands up. put it up there. Yeah, right. You may not have wanted 6 figures out the gates, but you know what? I did, because that's what I was making. And I thought, if I tell my husband I'm going to, pack out of there and come home to be kind of an at-home mom and just, want to be there with my son, I think he might go, well, what about the benefits? What about the income? And it wasn't even that in my position that my husband owned a company. So it wasn't that we really needed it, but those kinds of things speak volumes to people. They think of those kinds of jobs as secure. And nowadays, what we're finding is they're not secure. You guys have seen Facebook's laid off thousands, all different places are laying off, where in times like these, this is what I want you to know. Network marketing businesses, direct selling businesses soar. So you are in the right place at the right time, right here, Tastefully Simple, right here, right now. Look I'm getting goosebumps just saying it, because back in 2008, that is when my business launched bigger than life. And it continued to. When other people talked negative, I leveled up my service. And I'm going to talk to you about how you can do that too. So currently, since those days, I've been with 4 different companies, built 4 multi-million-dollar businesses, and I absolutely love what I do, because it's really the same thing, just a different product. So the skill set has changed a little bit in the way that we market, right? So back then there was no internet. Today there's internet, but what we're finding is, because we had 2 years of relatively no belly to belly, now a lot of people are doing combination, online and belly to belly. And many people are going back to vendor events and belly to belly. And they're like, Joan, it's huge. We can't even believe it. Well, guess what? Who knows why? Who can tell me why? Why would it be so huge right now? Why are people feeling this feeling? Who knows why?
People miss it. We didn't have it.
There you go, Laura. People miss people. Guys, if we can capitalize on kindness, do you know how much more you'll recruit? I'm going to share a little bit about the heart and the head shortly. But I want you to remember, open your heart to people. That's who people want. They want to feel your connectedness and your heart. They want to know they matter. They want to be in relationship. And I don't know about you guys, but I also was still working from home over the last couple of years, just like you. And boy, one of the first events that I got back together with a group of my leaders, it was like we were children in a slumber party. We just hadn't seen each other for so long. And we didn't even realize how much we missed it till we got in person. So that right there should be enough to begin really igniting your passion for people, because we're in a people business. So, all right. We said at the beginning, great job for investing in you. And over the course of the next 4 weeks, what we're going to cover is really 5 steps to sponsoring. We're going to do it in a little bit of a different way, maybe than you've heard it in the past, because we're going to do some work. We'll give you 2 minutes. You're going to write down a few things. You're going to grow your homework, after you leave the call. But what my desire is that you can actually get into action right here. And what I know about action is, if you can get into action and you can begin reigniting that passion within you for your business, you're going to start attracting that energy to you. All right. You're going to start attracting the people. It's like a magnet, right? So what we put out there is what comes back. And that is the truth. So let's talk a little bit about sponsoring and more about what it is. So sponsoring not only grows you, but by sponsoring people into your business, you're giving them an opportunity to grow. You're giving them an opportunity to experience all the wonderful benefits at Tastefully Simple. I want to hear from a few of you. Let's rattle them off. I like to do this fast, so these aren't like long paragraph stories, but Trevor, you're smiling. What's a good benefit at Tastefully Simple? Let's start rattling them off, and I'm going to take notes as you take notes.
A good benefit are those nice trips that we can earn.
Okay, look at that. And where do you like to go? Where do they take you guys on those nice trips?
Anywhere out of the country.
Okay, out of the country. Are they usually warm locations?
Yep, Mexico,
Okay.
a couple times. So
All right.
warm is good, especially when you're from New York.
Warm is good. So see that? How many of you have ever had people join your team just because they want to go earn the trip? Or maybe it was you. I had plenty of people that told me later, all I joined this for is I just want to go on that trip you were talking about, right? That's a clue. That's a clue. You don't have to have been on the trip to talk about Mexico or wherever it's going to be, do you? You got to look at the brochure and you got to get excited and you got to visualize yourself there and you got to get passionate about that trip. And then guess what? You make a decision. I'm going to be on that trip. You come back from the trip and then you can't help but talk about it a little bit more and a little bit more. That's passion. All right. What else? Who else? I just said no paragraphs and I just gave you one. All right. Come on.
Time to be with adults, like
Okay.
time for yourself.
Okay. Time for yourself, adult time, time freedom. What else does a business like this benefit a person? Angie.
Flexible hours so you can work around your kids' schedules.
Gotta love that. How many of you are soccer moms or ballet moms and you know, your kids are doing their thing and you're waiting and you can work from your phone? Guys, this is huge today. It's huge. I don't want to pull on tights anymore. I'm not wearing any pumps out and about. I like my, my tennis shoes, my jeans, and I like to kind of be on my phone and have that flexibility. Good one. What else?
ATM.
Meeting new people.
Anna, say that again.
ATM, anytime money.
Okay, ATM, anytime money. Do you know what I call ATM? Add tag message, same kind of thing. Add them to a group, tag them to a message or to a video, message them. All right. So same thing though, right? ATM, excellent. What else?
The new relationships.
Okay.
Yeah, community.
And guess what? Now more than ever, it's true, guys. I just had a girl join me the other day and she said, you know what? I'm tired of being out here on my own. She works from home at her other job. Thank you for asking, she said. That's a clue. Now, I like to use the word offer. I'm going to offer you an opportunity to check this out. What you do with it, it's up to you. Offer. Offer is key. All right. Two more things, two more benefits. What else?
Great product.
Excellent. The product. Okay. The product. Tell me about why people love Tastefully Simple products.
Easy to use.
There you go. Easy to use. I know I made my Sunny Lemon Pound Cake and I made it again because I got the 2-pack. Yow. And I loved it. And so did my people, right? Thank you, Sherry. Okay. What else? What else?
Versatility.
Versatility. What else?
Confidence in yourself.
Okay. Gaining confidence and personal growth. Do you know this business, this industry, this channel? I don't know any other industry that supports growth the way this channel does. I see more people break through fears and limiting beliefs on a daily basis. That makes me keep coming back for more. I love it. If I can help one person in a given day, that's a freaking win for me. It feels so good. All right. So we did this for a reason, and you're going to continue to add to this list. I want you to really define the benefits. Now, some of you answered things like, now just watch what I'm saying. This isn't a criticism. I'm going to show you how to go deeper. Okay. If I say flexible hours, and I do say that, describe what that means in your parties or online. Paint the picture of what flexible hours look like. Okay. Another thing is, if I was to say time freedom, now that's another kind of a buzzword. The time freedom has allowed me, see where I'm going with these benefits? Okay, what else? Someone said the product. Well, I love for people to share about that product that's their favorite, you know, so maybe that's part of your story. Gosh, you know, when I was at so-and-so's party, they shared this product that's my blah, blah, blah favorite. And it really drew me to the company. And then I realized this company has been around for 30 plus years or 25 plus years. That's stability, right? That tells people something. So think about what I want to call this romancing the words. So you're going to take these words and you've got to get in your heart with them, and they've got to be meaningful to you. So say Angie's going to have something down, and it could be, you know, that the flexible hours meant that she never had to put her kid on a bus or something, right? That's what I always said. I wanted my son to be a car kid. And guess what? He's 28 years old today, and he still thinks that his mom didn't really work all that much. Like, really? Okay, great. But it's because I was in the home. I was in the home, right? I can't ever get that back. And what I mean is, you know, I made a decision and I took a chance on myself. I was still in fear, but I made a decision. I made a commitment. I didn't know where it was going to bring me, but I'm sure glad I said yes. Do you think that there's people in your circles that maybe don't even know what you're doing because you've been a little bit shy to talk about it? You can say small things. Yeah, that's what I love about Tastefully Simple, in a quiet way, without giving too much information. Because when we're creating interest, the biggest mistake, write this down, that people can make is they give people a packet of info. The best recruiters give tidbits, and it leaves the person saying, Trish, tell me a little bit more about that deal. In fact, they don't even say the name of the company. They say something about a product, right? Just a little teeny bit. And even when someone says, yeah, I want a little more information, okay, you might even come back with specifically about what part? Well, about the business. What would you like to know? Do you get where I'm going? You don't just throw out like, here's my business packet. That's old school way, and that's too much info. People don't read it anymore, guys. Their attention span's like this big. They read the first 3 sentences of your messages. That's the truth. There's the rare occasion where they read the full thing, but I doubt it. Okay. All right. So I want to also explain that sponsoring definitely is head and heart. So write that down, head and heart. If you are, and by the way, each one of you on this call, and it looks like right now we've got 38 folks on the call. Each one of you is dominant in one area. You're either more heart-centered, that's Jen, or you're more skill-centered, that's Sherry. They both have a lot of heart and head, both of them. But look at everyone smiling, they know, right? You guys know your leaders. But here's the reason why I say this. There is no wrong. It's only good. But you have to understand that people buy what? 7 times more on what? Emotion. right? They buy 7 times more on the emotion. So over the years, I'm sure Sherry, where she got her 1, 2s, 3s, and she's a very direct gal and she knows, the skills and the steps, and here's what we're going to do. She had to be conscious of opening her heart a little bit more. That's how it goes. And, or she attracts the same kind of skill-based person. And that's all good too, because look at Sherry. And then you look at Jen. And Jen is definitely more of a heart-based gal, but now watch out, because heart-based gals can get a little too not skilled sometimes. They get too touchy-feely, and then they're like all, they can even go into enabling because they care so much. They want to do it for you. Now that's not Jen. We know that because she's risen to the top ranks, but do you guys get where I'm going? You got to balance this stuff. So if I know I'm more skill-based, I got to open my heart and go with kindness, lead with emotion. I've got to find my passion. If I'm more heart-based, I've got to make sure that I'm a little bit skilled here. Just got to work on the skills, on the methodology. And there is a methodology to sponsoring. Okay. Does that make sense to you guys? All right, we're going to take a moment right now, and I've got a few different questions that I'm going to ask you, and these have to be answered first. So the first question that I want to ask you, get out a clean sheet of paper. So ideally, I'd love for you to have a couple different sheets of paper on 3 questions tonight. The first one, by the way, was the business benefits, and I'm going to have you continue to add to those. You got to make it your own. You got to get passionate, and you've got to dig into those head answers. Like, what would be a head answer? What do I got here? Versatility. That doesn't sell me, but if that person tells me what versatility is to her, I bet you'd sell me. Do you get where I'm going? Okay. All right. So here's the question. What has you most passionate about your business? Now, some of you probably came here to reignite the passion. So me asking you the question may make you ponder and stop and think. What has you most excited about your business? I'm going to give you just a little bit of food for thought. There was a day, oh gosh, in every company that I've ever been in where it's like driving a new car. It's only new to me for about the first week, right? And then we kind of forget how lucky we are. We kind of forget that this is a brand new car. It doesn't even smell new to me anymore. And then let's say Angie comes over to my house and we're going to go have coffee. And I say, let's get in my car. And now it's 3 months old. And she's like, geez, I can smell the leather. This is a beauty. Wow, this is an Audi? You like an Audi? Well, I kind of like German. I got a BMW over here, whatever. But the point I'm trying to make is I already forgot that it's a new car. I already forgot that I like the stereo, that I love the, interior, that I like the heated seats or the air conditioned, whatever it is. So do you get where I'm going? Each one of you has a responsibility to reignite. And do you know how I reignite passion? By using a product that I don't normally use. So go make some food that you don't normally make. Go ask a few people in your downlines, in your uplines, hey, tell me what has you most passion? What has you most passionate about your business? Go talk to people that are sponsoring in your company. Ask them for a minute or 2 of their time and ask them, what has you so passionate? Because you got to find your passion, and it's going to be different for every one of you. You got to be able to talk about it, not from a scripted verbiage, but from what is meaningful to you and only you. It doesn't matter what Joan, what I think. Right? It doesn't matter. It has to be authentic to you. So after you write down some of those benefits, then you look about what you're most passionate about. And I want to give you another thought on this too. When I first joined my business, what I was most passionate about initially was the possibility that this could be the answer, right? That this could be the business that could change me going and commuting and working full time. I love my job at Nordstrom, but I didn't like the time away. I was gone over 12 hours most days. That's a lot of time. So what are you most passionate about? I'm going to go ahead right now. I'm looking at the clock and I want to take just, let's take 3 or 4 minutes. And I want you just to focus, laser focus, and I want you to start writing. If we got some overthinkers here, just force yourself to write. Okay? Because there's no wrong answer, but you got to get going, right? Urgent, urgent, urgent. Urgent is synonymous to wealth. All right, let's go. Here we go. I'm not even going to put on music. I just want you to hone in. Okay. All right, just a couple minutes. So you've got a good list started. Who wants to share what they have about what they're most passionate about? Let's hear from a few of you. All right, Trish.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm an overthinker, but basically it's an outlet to use my creativity and skills outside of being a mother and helping other people. So it's a way to fill my cup, but also the company culture, values, the community, camaraderie, and recognition.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Look for you thinking you're an overthinker, you sure got some good stuff out there. So good job. Let's give her a hand. Woo, 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 woo. Come on, that's a round of applause. Okay. I love that. And I want you to think, Trish, about how many different posts you could make with what you just shared. You guys hearing me? How many different posts could you make with what you're writing down? You can take one thing, and notice she talked about it's her creative outlet. It's a way of, still being a mom, but having something for herself. She loves the culture of the company. Culture's big, guys. Culture's big. I saw at Tastefully Simple, when I walked into that place and I saw Stacy and I mean, just that whole room of you were all on fire. And the way that I just can't even tell you, I was so impressed with the fire in that room. Culture's huge. All right, Trish, thanks for sharing. Who else? Who else? What are you passionate about?
I can go.
Yeah.
So
Okay, was that, where is it? Laura. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm looking around there. All right, Laura, go ahead. And then Katrina, you're next.
I also had like the culture on mine. I love that it's like women owned, Christian based. And just like it feels like you, similar to what you said, Joan, it just like you walk into the room or we get on a team call or whatever, and it just kind of feels like home. But also like the products sell themselves and they're consumable. So like from like a business standpoint or like recruiting people, I've actually like been talking randomly what do you call it? I can't think of the word right now, but like informally, like a lot about like how it's hard. Like there are a lot of companies right now that have like really quality products or really good products, but then it's like that would be really hard to sell because you're constantly having to find new clients and new people because it will last for like a year or longer, whatever. But our products are consumable and people use them up, and so then they have to buy more.
Right.
And they want to keep coming back. Like if they try one thing and it's really good, they want to come back and try something else. And so we don't have like a huge product span, but we have enough where it keeps people
Yeah.
coming.
Well, and what I love about a consumable product, and Laura, you're really sharing it in a great way, is that when people like something, they'll often be open to trying something again when new releases come out. If you stay in great touch with your people, who do you think they come back for? How many of you, I want to get a show of hands, have had just excellent service these days when you're out and about? Just incredible service. I mean, there could be one or two of you that have had some great service. I hope that you all just saw that no one like eagerly threw their hand up. I'm not trying to say there's no good service, but I'm telling you what, it's a lot different than it ever used to be because people are busier, hours and shifts and stores are cutting, so there's less staff available. And I think also people have become a little bit transactional. And I'm going to tell you what, transactional doesn't sell. It only sells if somebody absolutely needs something. And by the way, I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of like wiggle room here. People do need to eat. So you got even a little bit more that you've got that another company doesn't have. So when you can get really super passionate and excited about the food items and the preparation and paint a picture, talk about the fact that, it could be your own business and you get to determine if you want to do a little or a lot, you want to make a little or a lot, hey, you're going to start attracting people. People are looking right now, guys. They're looking right now. People's paychecks are like, they're getting scared. Even if they aren't losing money, the fear factor is out there. And we in this channel, you've got to know this. If you didn't know it before, you're going to know it by the time you get off. This is going up, guys. It's going up. No one said this yet either. How much is it to sign up with Tastefully Simple?
$49.
What? $49? Okay, come on. $49. and you've got a business kit? How much is it if you want more products? Is there anything that's like a couple $100 to get her going?
Biggest one.
99 is the.
All
the
right.
other
So
two
it's
kits.
under $100. Has anybody ever said, I could show you how to get started and make your investment back in the first week of business? It's risk-free over here at Tastefully Simple. Try that out at your next party. Because I know if I need a little extra money, if you can show me how to do it, and I could make my initial investment back, if you could show me how to do that, I'm in. All right. Okay, let's talk just a moment before we go into the next little exercise here. And I'm keeping my eye on time. We're at 6:43. We have till 7, right? Right, ladies? We started a little bit early, I think. Did we? All right. Well, that's, hey. Did we not? I don't know why I have more. Oh, the Zoom. Never mind. I remember. Okay. We started the Zoom recording a little earlier probably than what we were scheduled. Okay, here we go. So this is what I want to say. Right now, what we're talking about today is foundational things to give you confidence. So I want to share this part with you. If you go into a month with a goal, let's say I'm going to recruit 2 people, and you write down your goal. I think that's great. It's excellent. But that's the end result. The end result and the payoff of the 4 other steps that come before is, out of 10 people I talk to, 1 is going to say yes. Those are just the statistics. By the way, they haven't changed much. The only way they change is if you got a really, really good recruiter. They get really good at listening to what someone wants. They get really, really good at asking questions. So, talking about posts and consistency, at least 2 days a week of your 7 posts have to be something about the business. Now, did you hear what I said to Trish? She gave a nice little paragraph about, why she loved the business. That could be part of her story at a party or online. You can do it both ways, but she could break that up and make a post. See, people mistake a business post by thinking that you've got to say, here's the kit price, here's, the company I'm with, here's this. No, it's nothing. Guys, you're promoting your excitement and passion by creating interest. That's the first step. Step 1, write it down, is creating interest. And we do that through dropping clues from our own excitement, passion, and satisfaction. If I work in an environment with all young mothers, say, I'm not going to talk about a full-time corporate gig and have that be all that I talk about, meaning young mothers are probably looking for some extra money and maybe some more stay-at-home time. I'm not going to maybe talk about, the fact that they're working 10 hours a day, and maybe they are, don't get me wrong, but you speak to the audience that you are attracting. And how do we know what that audience is? It's by who you are, right? Your audience, your network. There's enough to go around, by the way. There's enough abundance to go around in the world. And you all have a network. Doesn't necessarily, some people's going to have a big network. Some people are going to have a smaller network. But my point is, you're going to attract to you who you are or who you want to become. Okay? So this is the next exercise. I want you to get your pens and papers ready. And I want you to write this next list. What does the ideal, I'm going to call it recruit, you can call it the ideal sponsee, whatever you want. What is that ideal team member coming onto your team look like? What are the characteristics of that woman or man? Are they a self-starter? Are they excited and passionate? Are they coachable? Are they people that need maybe relationships? Do they desire to be on a trip like Trevor shared? I mean, that right when Trevor shared, do you know the energy went up like this, right up here? You could see everybody started smiling. You guys either started remembering or you started thinking about it for you. That's passion. You got to have passion. And when our passion wanes, we have to reignite it. I'm responsible to reignite my passion. The company's not responsible to reignite my passion. They do it by giving us new products. But I, Joan, am 100% responsible for being excited to help people. That's my number one thing. I want to help people make money. I want to help people with their skills. I want to help people get free of fear and limiting beliefs. Do you get it? Right? Are you with me? All right. So what are the characteristics? Let's take a couple minutes and let's get to writing. See, you guys, you get on a call like this, you invest in yourself, and you're not going to have too much homework by the time you're done. You'll have done it. How about a little music on this one? Just a few, just a little beat for you. All right, get your pens going.
I know you've been hiding. Don't you know I'm here? We've been lost inside for far too long. Tell me you're coming. Now the walls are falling. I can feel them move. There's a sound that's calling out to us. I hear it. You hear it too. I made this sound for you. Yeah, I made this sound for you. Tell me now, can you hear it too? I made this sound for you. I hear it, you hear it too.
All right, we're gonna come back. So guys, I gotta share with you, you never know when someone wants to see your smiles, right? My brother just landed in Hawaii and he just sent me a little picture because I couldn't make it this trip. And here's my brother landing on Maui. Well, you can't really see it, but he's all smiling. And then of course, what do you think I sent him? Everyone waving, so he thinks they're waving at him. He's like, wow. I said, yeah, look at, they're all saying hi. Ha ha. Okay, guys. So I want to hear from a couple of you. Who wants to share? What are some of those characteristics that you are looking for in someone? Who do you want to join your team?
Someone who shows up for things.
Okay, I love it. Somebody that shows up, maybe a consistent builder, right? That's huge. Okay, I love it. Thank you, Kathy. Who else?
A go-getter.
A go-getter. Yes, I want a go-getter. I want an action taker and a go-getter. Love it, Angie. Who else? Keep going. Let's rattle them off.
A good listener.
Okay, a good listener. Excellent. Thanks, Chris. Keep her going.
Goal-oriented.
Goal-oriented. Excellent. Somebody that, hey, they want to put it out there. They're ready to tackle a mountain. I love it. Okay, what else? Couple more.
Confidence.
Confidence. Somebody that's confident. Okay, write it down. I want you to continue to grow these 3 lists that we talked about tonight. And I want to just recap these 3 lists. So the first list that we began was the benefits list of your business. And I'm going to encourage each of you to have 25 things. 25 things. And then I'm going to encourage you to break it down, right? We're going to romance the benefits. I want you to think about stories you have. Some of you might be newer to the industry or to the business or to Tastefully Simple. Steal stories. You know, my friend Lisa, wow, when she went on the trip, blah, 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 blah. Gosh, when Nora made the pie or whatever you guys are making, do you get where I'm going? You don't have to have your own stories, by the way. You have lots of friends who have stories too. Okay, who else? Couple more. Characteristics.
I
Gina.
wrote down someone that not only loves the products, but uses them.
Okay, loves and uses the products. Excellent. Loves and uses them. Desiree.
I wrote down somebody who's looking for something more.
Okay, yeah. A possibility, a hope, something more. I love that. I love it. Okay, so you're going to continue adding to these lists. You're going to grab your own something. I want to show you what I do. When I like to get real passionate, I light a candle, I grab an iced tea. You guys might grab a glass of wine. I don't know what you do, but you've got to have your own couple, 2 or 3 little things. I like to throw on a little lip gloss, little perfume that smells good because I want my environment to be what I want it to be. And then I start getting passionate about, why did I start this business in the first place? And if I don't know, I go back and I go back and I go back till I can call Lisa down there, Lisa D, and I can go, Lisa, I am so freaking excited. And Lisa can't help but be excited. Do you guys get where I'm going? If there is one thing I can convey to you, and I know that you gave me some really good things like confidence and momentum and all these things, but I want you to know that without passion, you will not sponsor. Passion comes from within. And I can give you all the tools to ignite it, but you got to dig for it. You got to dig for it. I can't make Nora passionate. I can't make Sherry passionate. I can show you how to do it. But it's personal to you. And I want you to know that your passion and that personalness to you will attract people like you to you. And those of you that are feeling a little bit maybe less confident or you want more confidence, you know, one of the ways that we get more confidence is by experiencing some of the wins. So begin collecting friends. Begin opening your heart without even talking about your business. Begin being interested in people. or continue to be these things? We're going to go through a little more skill set. I hope you see that today has everything to do with the heart portion, right? Because if people buy 7 times more on passion and excitement and emotion than they do in logic, doesn't it make sense? You got to have that first, right? So that's got to come across in your posts, in your lives, in your belly to belly. And if you've been doing this 20 years, like Jen or Sherry or me, it's a long time. Some of you might be around a long time too. You got to reignite it. And you got to be okay that you took a dip for a minute. Hey, it happens to everyone. But it's a decision today about today moving forward. And you know, I'm a pretty passionate gal. And I've had dips too. You know, I can remember being with a spa company and I had to hop in the shower half the time to get passionate again. And I don't mean that in a funny way. I'm talking about changing up the body wash, right? I had to go smell the mango and I had to go do the rosemary mint. And I'd get out and I'd be rearing for the day. That's what I'm talking about. You got to use your product. Try doing something you don't normally do. I know all of you haven't used every single thing. And then you call 5 people when you're on top of the moon about how it turned out. That's passion. And you share a little bit in a post and at your lives and all that, and in your parties. All right, I'm getting right down to time. We got like 1 minute left. So let's do a quick recap. And I'm going to send you on your way with just a little bit of homework, a little bit more. All right. You got, is this helping? Are you feeling it? Let me see your, let me see you go. Yes, I'm feeling it. Okay, great. Good. As long as I know you're feeling it, that's good. Okay. That's where, this is where it starts. It starts with the feeling. And some of us have to go back. All right. So a couple things. We talked about heart and head, right? Heart is you opening up your heart, and it's just kindness, just being friendly. Some of you are introverted. You got to be interested in people. By the way, Eric Worre, one of the best known, people in our industry, he's still around. He's still doing all kinds of things, and he's still on top of the moon. He's an introvert, one of the best. I'm not an introvert. But does that matter? Do you get where I'm going with this? You have to decide to be passionate and then share it. Passion doesn't just stay in your kitchen, right? It's got to come out of you. All right. The skills we're going to talk about a little later. That's the head part. The other thing we went over were those 3 questions. So I want you to expand on those. I want you to phone a friend or a downline or an upline, and I want you to share a little bit about what you learned tonight. That's going to help you reignite your passion. When you're out and about and, maybe you're talking to people or you're at a party, remember, you're not recruiting them or sponsoring them at that time. All you're doing is what? Just creating a little interest. You're just dropping some little seeds. I think that's the way they say it, right? Seeds. To me, it's just a little bit of conversation. How many are you aware of that you're doing in a week? I'm going to just venture to say, because I work with teams all the time, most people cannot look at me, even the best of the best, and say I do at least 2 posts a week that are around the business. Sharing the satisfaction and passion that you have around the business. Most people, even high experienced people, don't do it consistently. When we worry about what others think, we block our passion. So ignite your passion. It comes from within. All right, here's the homework. We already said we're going to add to the list. The next thing is commit to 2 posts a week. Start today. It's Monday. 6 more days. pick your 2 days and commit to 2 posts a week. They don't have to be long. They can be little 2, 3, and 4 liners with a great picture, always a picture, right? People love to see what you're up to. Facebook rewards your interaction of friendship, not your QR codes, not your links. Don't put those in your pictures. Don't put them in your posts. They go in your comments. Or they say, get to the link in the bio or whatever you want to do. But don't do that, because people wonder why they don't get action. Okay, another thing. Can I give you one more tip? Sorry, I know I'm going over, but I'm passionate. Okay, last couple things. Guys, make sure your Facebook pages are to the world, public, not just to your friends. Okay, this is a big one. Got to be public, got to be seen, got to get out there. People buy from people, watch this, they know, like, and trust. If they don't see you consistently, they just forget about you. And then they go buy from Angie, who's all consistent. Do you get where I'm going? Consistency, even done imperfectly, which by the way, we all do, wins every single time. Just so you know. I have people that you'd be surprised. They post consistently, they're top in the game. And you'd be like, wow, she didn't say all that much. No, because people know her. She's there. She's doing some weird dance. I don't even know what they do, but I don't do that. But I'm just saying, consistency. All right. And then the third thing. If you are having a challenge or a struggle in a limiting belief area, I want you to write it down. And I want you to write out the outcome of what you would rather be. So let's say I am afraid to talk to people. What would you want? And I'm going to say this. I want you to write what you want on a 3x5 card or on something. And I want you to commit. Put it on your bathroom mirror so you don't have to say I missed a day. Tape it up. Get it going where you see it every single day, because I'm going to help you change that mindset. And over the course of the next 4 weeks, you're going to leave here and you will feel confident about your sponsoring skills and your passion. All right, everybody, I want to say thank you so much. I do want to, the girls can pause the recording. I don't want to keep anybody. I want to be respectful of your time, and we're already over a few minutes, but I do want to open it up. If anybody wants to stay and have a question, that's part of who I am. I'm going to